Welcome to Business Talk. Today, I want to talk to you about a very important aspect of leadership which has been neglected by many leaders in organizations, and that is the aspect of vision. Now, when we talk about vision, in leadership, one thing we need to understand is that there are three kinds of visions which are exhibited in every institution. The first one is the vision of the organization. Every organization that has been structured, to deliver certain functions has got a vision with which it runs. And it is the responsibility of the people who have been placed in positions of leadership to ensure that the organization lives to see the vision become reality. Number two vision, which exists in an institution is the vision of the people who have been employed to work in that organization. One thing we need to understand is that every person, regardless of where they are coming from and regardless of which institution they are part of, have got their own personal visions. Individuals want to advance in their career. Some want to be promoted. Some want to advance in their academics. Every person has got a personal vision with which they are running with. So that is the second type of vision which you find in an organization. Then the third type of vision which you find in an organization is the vision of the leader who sits at the helm of authority. Because a leader is an employee. That is, if we are talking about a company or a government institution, a leader is an employee and they also have personal aspirations and ambitions, things they want to achieve for their lives. Now, from these three visions, one thing you realize is that there has been a confusion, especially in Zambia and in Africa, with regards to how these three visions are combined, and implemented in the organizations. One of the things that you will realize, and you will agree with me, is that most leaders, or let me say many leaders, have chosen to set aside the vision of the organization and the vision of the people in the organization and have focused on championing their personal visions. Now, when this happens in an organization, that's when you see people start stealing money. They start doing shoddy deals in the company. They start, finding ways of pilfering money from the organization. Why? Because they are trying to champion their personal ambitions above every other goal in the business. So the most important, aspect of vision which every leader is supposed to embrace in a company is the vision of the organization. That is number one thing that every person is supposed to embrace. So if we are going to build, sustainable businesses, sustainable government departments in our nation Zambia and in Africa, then we must learn, number one, to embrace the vision of the organization. Then once we have done that, then we also need to embrace the vision of the people who are working in the organization. That is the people that are reporting to us. Because one thing is that if you as a leader refuse or neglect to embrace the vision of the individuals who are working in that organization, then what is going to happen is that you are going to demotivate the people you are working with. And when you demotivate the people you are working with, you see that a lot of them will start leaving the company. Some of them will start being lazy and they will not put in their best to ensure that the vision of the organization, is achieved. So as a leader, number one, embrace the vision of the organization because that is mandatory. That is the reason why you are sitting in that position of authority. Then number two, embrace the visions of the people you are working with, those that are reporting to you. If there are individuals who want to advance in their academics and the company provides, for such, let those people go and study, allow them to advance their careers. If there are provisions, to help employees, with medical issues, with housing issues, ensure they get those things because those are the things which motivate employees, to work better and to put in as much as they can in the business. And as you do that, you are championing their personal visions. And as you champion the personal visions, ultimately you realize that indirectly you are also championing the vision of the organization. because the people who fulfill the vision of the organization are the employees that have been, employed to fill up that organizational structure which you are overseeing. So let me just repeat what I have said. Number one, the first vision that you need to embrace as a leader is the vision of the organization. Then the second one is the vision of the people in the organization. Motivate your people. Ensure that they have the drive, they have the passion to come for work in the morning, put in their best, and when they go home, they are happy. They know that their problems are solved according to the capacity and the conditions of service which the company is able to offer. Then number three, once you have achieved those two, because you are also an individual and you have aspirations, number three is now the point when you can look at your personal vision. Because ultimately, one thing that I have learned from leadership is that usually when you succeed in the first two, the vision of the organization and the vision of the people, then automatically you are likely to succeed in your own vision. Why? Because when you champion the organization and you champion the visions of the people, then your benefits as the one who is overseeing that organization are going to come, number one, from the company because you are going to be paid better, and then number two, from the people because they are going to put in as much as they can into the business and it is going to perform better. So if you are running an institution, if you are a leader in that institution, embrace the vision of the organization. Embrace the vision of the people who you are working with in that organization. Then once you do that, your own personal vision is going to, to manifest the way you want it to manifest. And one of the things that I have learned, talking about vision, is that actually the greatest leaders are those who have made the vision of the company and the vision of the people they are working with to become their personal visions. These are people, who have set aside material gain for the sake of the organizations which they are running. When we look at great leaders whom we talk about so much, leaders like Nelson Mandela, leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, leaders like Mother Teresa, you realize that actually what makes these leaders great is that they made the visions of the people become their personal visions. They decided to die from self and assumed, the responsibility to liberate the other people. So if you want to be great in your work, if you want to succeed in the position you have been given, if you want to be lifted to higher positions of authority, let the vision of the people you are leading and the vision of the organization become your personal vision. Once you do that, then you are going to leave a legacy that will outlive your stay here on earth as an individual. So that is what I wanted to share, with you regarding vision. And my hope and expectation is that, you shift your focus from enriching yourself, from, just trying to gain and build your personal, empire at the expense of the organization you are leading and at the expense of the people you are leading. You have been placed in that position for a reason, and that is to ensure the organization grows and the people you are leading grows. So my hope and expectation is that this message is going to help you to become a better leader, to become a better person, and to achieve your personal visions as you try as much as possible to achieve the vision of the organization and that of the people you are leading. So until we meet on the next program, thank you very much and have a blessed, wonderful day. See you.